Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Tap, I play games. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the BioShock movie that's going to be on Netflix. I made a video about it previously. I'll put a link in the little info card in the corner of the screen. But we made a video on it recently talking about the fact that Netflix has basically came out and said that they are funding a Netflix movie, but they have no director or writer or anything. And this video is going to be a bit of a, just a video kind of trying to pick your guys' brains. I'm curious what your guys' opinions are of a BioShock movie. What your opinions are on what world it should be set in. Okay, before we continue, I got some dental work done, and I kind of thought it'd be funny to record this video like this instead of just doing a commentary, to record like a face cam for this one, because my mouth is half numb right now. So if it looks kind of funny, that's why. Anyways, I want to get your guys' opinions on just kind of the BioShock movie in general. What world do you think it should be set in? Should it be set in Rapture? Should it be set in Colombia? Should it be set somewhere else? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. It's kind of interesting because like you have the BioShock movie where when somebody tells me, okay, there's gonna be a BioShock movie, the first thing I think of is Rapture, BioShock, Jack, Andrew Ryan, I think of the original BioShock story. I've heard people make the claim that they think Colombia, like I was listening to Sacred Symbols, Cole Moriarty said he thinks Colombia would be a more interesting location for a BioShock movie than Rapture would. And I don't necessarily agree, because I feel, to me, getting a BioShock movie is about seeing the world of Rapture come to life in a movie. And to me, Rapture is better than Colombia, but he thinks Colombia would be a more interesting, location for a movie, which perhaps some of the allure of being in Rapture is being in it, like playing the game. Perhaps it wouldn't be as good in movie form. I'm not sure, it's hard to say, but I definitely, in my opinion, I think it should be a Rapture-based movie. So that's like our base level. That's what it should be. Now, should it be like something totally separate from anything we know thus far about BioShock, as in its own separate story, or do we want a straight up movie adaptation of the original game? Because theoretically they could do something like a BioShock 2, where it is a BioShock-based story, and it loosely, has some of the same characters, like Andrew Ryan is kind of in BioShock 2 a little bit, but it's kind of like its own story within the world, or like a Minerva's Den or something like that, where it's like its own story within the world of BioShock. They could do something like that. I don't know. To me, when I think of BioShock movie, I think of a movie set in Rapture about the game BioShock, following the same narrative. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below and let me know. That's why I'm making this video. I'm curious what the opinions are of the public as far as a BioShock movie goes, how you feel they should do it. I'm really curious what people think. Colombia, on the other hand, they could do Colombia, but to me, I don't, and this sounds stupid because BioShock Infinite is great, it's amazing, but I don't necessarily, when I think of BioShock, I think of Rapture way before I think of Colombia, and that's just how it's going to be. That's how it's probably always going to be for me. So when I think BioShock movie, I think Rapture. Now, perhaps they do multiple movies. Perhaps they do a Colombia movie first leading into Rapture, since Colombia technically takes place first, Colombia is in what, 1912? Entrance in 1912, and Rapture is in 1960. So perhaps they could do a Colombia movie leading into BioShock, but then at that point, you're looking at multiple, them having multiple movies already set in stone. And we don't even know if the first one can be successful, let alone the sequel. So it's kind of hard to say exactly, how that would go about. But yeah, guys, that's kind of my opinion on it. I think, to me, I want it to be a BioShock movie based on the narrative of BioShock. But I could see how the original BioShock 1 could also be very hard to connect with the viewer like watching it rather than playing it, I could see how like perhaps maybe the twist doesn't hit as hard, or you know, like the whole feeling of like being in Rapture. Perhaps maybe it's not quite as scary as it is actually being in the city, feeling alone, everything's breaking down around you. You know, perhaps it wouldn't hit as good in a movie. You know, perhaps BioShock is meant for just a game only. But I don't know. We'll see how it happens. We'll see where they take it. I'm really interested to see, you know, how they do this. Is it going to be like a short movie? Is it going to be really long? Is it going to be in 2 parts? Because I feel like you could make a BioShock movie in multiple like parts. Did I got slobber going? Or do you not? It feels like I do. I feel like a BioShock movie could be in multiple parts. So it's interesting, you know, to see how exactly they structure it. Because I feel like, honestly, BioShock would be best as a TV show. And that's kind of been my whole you know, issue with this whole thing, is that I think, okay, if you're going to do BioShock, it's got to be a TV show, because there's so much to explore in the City of Rapture, and there's so much going on in the City of Rapture. I don't know that like a 2.5 hour movie max would probably be. I don't know that would do the game justice, or the franchise in general justice. I feel like it's got to be a TV series. Give us 8 to 10 hours of BioShock. Give us, you know, like I said, 8 to 10 hours. So it would be 8 to 10 1-hour episodes of BioShock. That would really give you a better feel for the city, and the story would be able to breathe. And you might have an episode where someone's just trying to kill a Big Daddy. The whole thing is just a Big Daddy fight. You might have an episode explaining Sander Cohen, and you might have like, you know, 1 or 2 episodes just based on like Fort Frolic. You might have, you know what I mean, like that. Think about like Fort Frolic is like probably the best level in BioShock 1, and hypothetically, you know, if Fort Frolic was in the movie, it'd be in it for, and Sander Cohen, maybe they'd be in it for like a half hour. Fort Frolic and Sander Cohen, maybe. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel like the movie should be crunched up. It feels like it should be wider range, like a more wide-ranging TV show format episode. Because, like I said, there's so much you could touch on. Anyways, that's my opinion on the matter. I want to see what you guys think in the comment section below. So please, please, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the BioShock movie. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new here at Tap Plays Games. I'm Tap, I play games. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video.